Right, I'm with Charlotte Maire from LMP Legal, and Charlotte's come along to advise drivers what they must do in the unfortunate circumstances that they're involved in a blue light incident. So first of all, Charlotte, just tell me, I know it sounds a simple question, but what is the difference between a normal traffic incident and a blue light incident?
So obviously, road traffic collisions can range from the very minor, so your bumps, scratches, hitting an object, or even hitting a third-party vehicle where there are no significant injuries, and you swap details and you would follow that same process of at the scene, calling the insurer line and doing what you've always done. But of course they can range to a blue light incident, and a blue light incident is where there has been a serious collision, and you'll know in your gut when that serious collision is, where there's been a significant injury or worse still a death, or somebody is unconscious at the scene. The police are arriving and they would then attempt to take an account from you and caution you at the scene. That's the difference.
Okay, and what is the danger then of the driver speaking to the police? Because we all think if the police come along, we absolutely must comply with everything they say. But in the instance where someone's been injured or there's been a death, why wouldn't we speak to the police, Charlotte?
Because drivers incriminate themselves at the scene. They say all sorts of things that they don't know they're saying, they're in shock, they say things that might not even be accurate, but often then what's at the scene is then used in court 12, 18 months, 2 years later. And unfortunately it's very difficult to row back from something the driver has said in the immediate aftermath. So the answer is you don't have to give an account to the police at the scene, and you absolutely shouldn't. You should do two things: confirm your name, and that is a legal obligation, and you should confirm the vehicle you were driving, the registration of the vehicle you were driving. That's a legal obligation. You should also comply with any breath testing, drug testing, things like that. The police will ask you for a brief account, and it is absolutely fine to say, I've called my lawyer, somebody is on the way, I'm in shock now, I can't give you an account straight away, I need to get my head together, but I will give you an account when my lawyer arrives. So you're not saying no, you're saying not now, and that is the difference. And that is something that you must do to protect yourselves.
So am I correct in saying, Charlotte, that drivers absolutely have the right to be represented? So in a normal situation, in a pub, in the street, in your home, if there was a fracas and you punched somebody or someone punched you and the police came along, they would tell you your right to be represented. But at roadside, it's the only time that they don't tell you that you absolutely have this right. Is that correct, Charlotte?
Yeah, that's right. So what they will do is eventually they would tell you, once they took you to the police station, they would offer you a lawyer. But I think with a road traffic collision, because nothing is deliberate about the act, unlike other criminal offences, they just come and they say at the scene, just tell me briefly what happened. Just give me an idea of who hit who and where, so that they're almost trying to do it as a logistical thing rather than actually telling you they're taking a full account. But all of that is admissible, and so it's really, really important that drivers know that they do have, they are entitled, and they do have the right to be represented, and they should be right from the beginning, and they should invoke that right.
Okay, so the details of LMP Legal and the number to ring are in the driver's manual on Fleet Check. So just to differentiate, you have the F0 number, which is the first notification of loss that you would ring just for a general incident. But once the police come along and they want to interview you, then you have a letter as well that you can show to the police, and you absolutely must ring the LMP Legal helpline, and they will get a solicitor there to assist you immediately. So it is in your handbook. The people here in the office, they know as well. So this is here to help you, and it can be the difference between you being prosecuted or heaven forbid, even going to jail and not. So it's really critical that you understand this. Thanks for coming along,
No
Charlotte.
problem.